Did you know that nearly 60% of Americans don't follow a budget? Yep, most of us are just making it up as we go along, hoping that somehow our bank account will magically fill up. Spoiler alert, it usually doesn't. But don't worry, today we're tackling this head on. So here's the plan. I'm testing out 9 personal finance tips I found online to see if they actually work, or if they're just too good to be true. Are these tips the key to building wealth, or are they just another attempt to make budgeting sound cool? Let's find out. Let's talk about the usual struggles with money. We've all been there, waking up one day to realize that debt has crept up, savings are pretty much non-existent, and payday seems to disappear in a flash. For many, managing money can feel like trying to build a castle out of sand. Just when you think you've got it, something comes along and washes it away. But there's hope. Today, we're diving into some personal finance strategies that claim to be life changers. I'll be trying each of these tips myself, so if they fail, you'll know about it. All right, let's get into these 9 tips and see what actually happens. 1. Track every expense. This sounds easy, right? Just jot down every single penny you spend. I gave it a go, and let's just say I learned a few things, like how much coffee actually adds up. People tend to spend around $5 a day on coffee, but if you make your own, it's only around 25 cents. 2. The 50-30-20 rule. The idea here is to divide your income. 50% for essentials, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. This one taught me some tough love about my definition of essential. 3. Pay yourself first. This one says you should save before you spend anything else. Basically, treating your savings account like it's more important than your grocery bill. Bold move, but does it work? 4. Automate bills and savings. This tip promises a world where you're never hit with a late fee and you're always saving. But is automation the way to go? 5. Cut out unnecessary subscriptions. We're all guilty of forgetting those streaming or magazine subscriptions we never use. Tried cancelling a few of mine, and ouch, that hurt. 6. Meal prep. Cooking in bulk and prepping meals ahead sounds like a money saver, but it also sounds like a lot of work. Spoiler, the outcome was interesting. I went from eating for $20 to $30 a meal down to $3. If we get 25 likes, I can dedicate a video to eating on a budget and still enjoying it. 7. Build an emergency fund. This one is big, but actually setting aside 3 to 6 months of expenses, that sounds a little intense. 8. Invest early, even small. Putting a little aside to invest, even if it's tiny, is supposed to work wonders over time. I gave this one a try to see if small changes really can make a big difference. Want to start investing but don't know where to begin? With Robinhood, investing in stocks, ETFs, and crypto is easier than ever. And guess what? When you sign up with my link, you'll get a free stock to kickstart your journey. 9. The cash envelope system. You set aside cash in different envelopes for each expense. Fun. But I felt like I was time traveling to the 80s. Did it help though? Let's just say there were surprises. Out of all of these, the one that made the biggest difference for me was pay yourself first. It's simple, but surprisingly powerful. Putting money into savings before anything else. Game changer. It really made me more conscious of how I'm spending the rest of my money. So here's the takeaway. Some of these tips were surprisingly effective, others maybe a bit overrated. But overall, they all taught me something useful about managing money. The 50-30-20 rule, tracking expenses, and pay yourself first were definitely standouts. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. Let me know in the comments which of these tips is your favorite, or if you have one that's worked wonders for you. And hey, if there's a personal finance topic you want me to tackle next, drop that in the comments too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.